What's up, guys? So, update 5.1 came out yesterday evening, to most people's surprise, including myself. I actually thought that the update was gonna be out today. That being said, it was yesterday. So, yeah, after playing the update for a couple of hours yesterday, well, didn't even take more than 10 minutes for everybody to be utterly disappointed. Like, just when you thought that updates couldn't get worse, here we are. This is the third. Bad update, shall I say? I mean, the first Halloween update was okay-ish. Last week was an utter disappointment. And this week, the amount of bugs is just stockpiling as usual. Now, more or less every single update so far has had bugs, but it wasn't really that bad up until this update. Now, this update came out. People are doing 5 times less damage than what was intended. Now, people thought that this was nerfs and stuff at first. It is not nerf based, like it's not a nerf issue. People are just doing less damage because there is a bug. So basically, you guys realized, most of you guys at least that are playing actively, that the Halloween skin Astolfo, even though it is a mythical, it used to perform better than cosmic skins. Now the reason for that was that the ultimate was extremely short, the animation, and the damage was the same. Now essentially when they designed the game, the intention was that the longer the ultimate is, so for example a unit like Adult Cone or Jotaro that has a 15 to 17 second ultimate animation was gonna be doing the same damage as another unit that had like a short animation on the same stats, obviously, right? Like, assuming a unit is not better. But yeah, basically that was the idea. That was not the case, and shorter ultimates just did a gazillion more damage. But yeah, essentially, Trademark told Dire to do some last minute fixes about that, and everything got fucked, to nobody's surprise, you know. That happens pretty often. When you try to tweak something, a lot of things break. And I've seen that people have actually been threatening OTM and shit. That is not cool. Like, especially Trademark has nothing to do with this shit. Trademark provides feedback. Maybe he helps with numbers, comes up with ideas. Trademark doesn't do that shit. Also, people have been bashing testers. Now, I am a tester myself. I'll tell you guys, sometimes I actually test updates. Sometimes I don't. And the reason for that is, nonetheless, any tester, like the updates are being tested literally 2 hours before launch, or even 1 hour, like the previous update. Like, there is no time, so don't shit talk the testers. Again, I don't say that because I'm a tester, yeah. I don't give a fuck if you say something about me. I don't. You're just a background character anyway, but yeah, like, it's not a tester's fault. Like, you can't go and test an update 1 hour before and find out, like, infinite issues. And obviously, people cannot be active at every given moment, right? Like, people are not getting paid to do this, so y'all need to fucking relax. Especially like talking shit and death threats and stuff like that. I love keyboard warriors that just threaten grown old men behind the fucking keyboard. That's not cool. Whatever. Anyway, moving on to the topic that starts off with the title of this video. Are all of those events enough to keep you playing? And the answer is honestly no. These events are technically a joke if you think about it, right? You see 4 events and you're like, oh my god, wow, that is crazy. But let's take a deeper dive to this, right? Let's analyze it a little bit. Now, I'm not saying this to mock the game and like all of the events that they did, but we're just talking objectively, right? Starting off, 2x coins. Now, I don't know why, I tried to rejoin a couple of different servers and my dashes still overlap the events. I've seen a screenshot from people that the dashes go above the events. I don't know how they did that. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. So, 2x coins, the first event. Does that do anything? No, doesn't do shit. This only helps people that are like new to the game and they're like trying to progress to the map or like trying to, you know, get to that stage where yen is enough, which shouldn't take you long, honestly. Yen is an absolute joke in this game. Now, 2x coins affects pumpkins, right? Candies, sorry, affects candies. Sure. Now, here's the thing. The way candy actually works, what this effectively does is like, it's gonna allow you, you know, to hit that pretty much cap/curve that the candy has a lot faster. So instead of like taking like 10-15 minutes on your first candy of the day, it's gonna take you like 5. It doesn't do shit. Now, this took me a long time to realize, and actually I have to say sorry to Drop for gifting me so many diamonds, which I spent on damage and coin boosts, which were all fucking useless, because the only thing that I achieved was I just hit cap faster, and yeah, sure, I grind a little bit more candy, but it was not worth the waste of gems at all. So yeah, rip to that gems and to that Robux. So yeah, that's number 1. Now, moving on, 2x damage. 2x damage is good, sure, but considering that the DPS in the game is completely and utterly fucked, this doesn't do anything. This doesn't even bring you back to the point that you were before the update. Like, you're doing less damage with the 2x event than what you did earlier. Kind of depressing, but well, it's a bug. Hopefully it will get resolved soon. I don't know why it's not already fixed. I think there should have been like a little bit higher priority, but at the same time, everybody's a human, right? Like, I don't know. The development team is extremely small. I feel like since the game took off at that stage, they needed to add, he needed to find more developers. Now again, it's hard to find people to work with that you can work with, so maybe he's actively searching for developers to help him, but he can't find. We can't really know. But yeah, it is what it is. The outcome is that there's just not enough developers, there's not enough people in the team to pretty much just bring the project on a pace that it should work, right? And yeah, like, as far as I know, they didn't expect either for the game to go that big, that fast, like since release. But at the same time, since that happened, like, you have to do stuff, right? It's worse for a game to start and set the bar really high and then not be able to deliver than a game starting super slow and slowly adding things. It's very slower, but yeah, well, it is what it is, I can't do much about it. Next up, 2x lag, pretty self-explanatory. The standard weekend event, it's good, it's great. Let me see what I did throughout the night. I have 9 enhancement capsules. I didn't pop a single boost because I don't have one. I guess that's decent, right? Like 9 capsules. Well, it is more or less 24 hours at this point. It's like 20 hours. It's decent, not that bad, I think. You have to keep in mind that it's also from the previous map. It's not from the last map, so that's also something to consider. But it's decent. And lastly, 2x drops. Now, 2x drops is a great event, but hear me out. The problem is that the way Darab made the formula for drops, it's bad. So basically, and this is something that I also suggested, like when you have 2x drops, the game pass and the event itself, that should affect the base drops. Like, it should affect your chests, both on, I think in my opinion, both on the skin job chances and the medals, which doesn't do it right now. So if you're playing solo, and if you're swapping teams, like if you're swapping from drops to damage team, it is great. You are gonna farm a lot. I think if you use a drop boost on top of the event, you could cash out probably something like 2.6 thousand medals per run, which is insane, let's be honest, right? Like every 5 minutes, 2.6k. And if you use a damage pot, like, you should be fine. You should be around 5 to 6 minutes to solo a raid. The nice thing about this raid is that actually, if you guys noticed as well, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed, nothing has HP besides the last boss. Everything is made out of paper. Like, literally. The last boss has 22 trillion, and everything else just dies the moment your units blink to it. Like, the first mini-boss has 80 billion. When you play with other people in the raid, like, at first I didn't even know that there was a mini-boss. Because it just died. Like, well, yesterday when I was doing runs to stream, and people told me like that the boss just has like 80 billion. So yeah, if there is a strong person, boom, the boss is dead. That's kind of bad. You can't funnel battles from the first boss. But yeah, that's my problem with the drops event, and I think that's going to be a long-term problem as well. Because if drops, the game pass, and the event affected your base drops, like separately, it's kind of how it worked in anime fighters, right? When there was a drop event where your raids dropped a gazillion of shards. That would incentivize people to vote for drop events as well. Because I don't know if something has changed. I can actually check that out right now. But yesterday people voted for lag and damage for events. Because like drops don't do much unless you play alone. Now let me have a look real quick. So number 1, lag obviously 59,000 votes. And drops have 8,000. Damage has 15,000. And the hell, even 2x XP has 6.6k, so let's like super close to drops itself, right? But if drops affected what I said, like the base, if the base multiplier was affected, if the formula for drops was scripted different, it would have been great and it would have been a much better event. So yeah, hopefully people do that. But nonetheless, it's a great time to actually solo some medals. Just pop some drop boosts, pop some damage boosts, go ahead and grind medals. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am about 14,000 medals deep, and look, nothing. I got my skin, I got perfection on my skin, I got a second mic in my skin, and nothing. Look at this. I have Assassin and Reach 1. Oh, it is what it is, it's depressing, but yeah, game is in a horrible spot. They did say that this was going to be a mini update with some QL, and that the next week the update will be big. So, next week, I'm gonna make a separate video, but I think the new game mode that is coming is the World Events game mode. Probably there's gonna be like a world boss or something, and that gives you Ascension Essence. I don't think it's gonna be tournaments yet. The game is not really balanced for tournaments to come out. That is also true. But the game is down bad for new content. Like, the game lacks content in its core, which is kind of bad. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys have been up to. Have you even been playing the game, or do you just say, fuck it, I don't really care about the game anymore? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. As always, if you have enjoyed, make sure to click the like and subscribe button down below. And I'll catch you guys all on the next video. Peace out.